the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the worst album ever made! A show where we're trying to find out what is the worst album ever made! And today, we're going to talk about the ultimate jabroni! We're talking about Hulk Hogan! Yeah! I hope that gag worked, because they only have one shirt. I have always been a wrestling fan ever since I was a little teeny tiny tot. I love wrestling. I love the comic book nature of it. I love the architecture. I love a lot of things about wrestling, even though it has not aged well. And speaking of not aging well, this is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, this guy right here, is a very big, prominent figure in the world of professional wrestling. He is the Superman of wrestling, and this man is a cartoon character. And like a cartoon character, he's endorsed a lot of products. Look right here, it's his Saturday morning cartoon, Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, where him and a whole bunch of wrestlers do lots of Hanna-Barbera-esque things. Isn't that fun? He also had his face on cereals, he's had his face on ice cream bars, and guess what? In the 90s, this boy made a whole album about himself. This is the Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band. Hulk Hogan's Wrestling Boot Band consists of 4 members. We have Hulk Hogan, his ex-wife Linda, you have wrestling manager Jimmy Hart, and then you have John J. McGuire. And all of them come together to make this big old vanity project to paint this guy right here as the next coming of Jesus Christ. Strap on in. We're about to get hulky. Song number 1 is Hulkster's in the House. Brother!
The Hulkster's in the house. Check him out, check him out.
Hulkster's in the House is probably the best song off this entire album. So unfortunately, we have nowhere to go but down. And that's not really saying this is like a very insane song. It's extremely simple, and it has its fair share of flaws, but it's the best one. It's the best one out of the whole thing. You like, almost the entire song is this very, like, poorly done AABB rhyme scheme. And then you're like, okay, I know where this is going, right? I get it. They kind of just abandoned that whole thing, like right at the finish line. Like, the song's almost over. It's the 3rd verse, the last verse. You couldn't come up with anything to follow your own rhyme scheme. We're rocking down the house. The band is playing loud. We're blowing off the roof, and it's time to rock and roll. Now, since Hulk Hogan is all about being, like, physically fit and gigantically swole with his 24-inch pythons, I thought I, myself, should try to get into the Hulkster spirit. So I recorded myself listening to the entire album while working out at my apartment. So, with that being said, I'm going to be throwing some of those workout tapes throughout the video. It's okay. I give Hulkster's in the House 3 stars. Next up is American Made. Now, for those of you who do not have an unreasonable amount of wrestling knowledge floating around in their brain water, I'm going to give you some wrestling facts before we go into the song itself. Hulk Hogan used to be the face of the World Wrestling Federation, or otherwise known the WWF. For years, he was in this company. He was the #1 top dog. Until 1994, he jumped over to the rival company, WCW. Now, this started a huge debate, splitting the entire wrestling world in 2. Are you for WWF or WCW? And at least when it comes to the music, WWF blew WCW out of the water, especially with Hulk Hogan's theme song. I don't really know if I can play the song without getting the video taken down, so I'm going to give you a kazoo cover real quick. that Hulk Hogan theme for WWF is such, oh, it gets me goosebumps. Now, WCW, in a lot of ways, was almost like an imitation of WWF back in the 90s. So many wrestling stars moved over into WCW, and with it, some terrible theme songs, including this one.
He's American man.
There is just something off about this song, like, and that's not like a new thing. I have listened to American Made for a good majority of my life. I've listened to this song a lot, and I've never once liked it. It just seems so weird. And I think it's just because this is nothing more than a copy of what WWF was doing with Hulk Hogan years ago. So yeah, I'm giving American Made 2.5 stars. Next up is Hulkster's Back. Hulkster's Back just sounds like it took its entire instrumental from a dance scene from Saved by the Bell. And it also has the first instance of this album of Hulk Hogan rapping, which sounds as bad as you probably think it is.
Took the belt, it was Flair's, I don't really care. In the hands of the maniacs, we can all share.
This song is when the Hulk Hogan praise train starts to get a little bit tired, and which is very sad because this is the first song where Hulk Hogan really takes the center stage when it comes to his vocal performance. But when it gets to song 3, I'm all like, okay, I get it, Hulk Hogan. I get it, you're awesome. Cool for you. Imagine if you had like a Hulk Hogan toy piano and you just press the song generate button. You're probably gonna come up with something very similar to this. It really isn't that great of a song. I'm giving it 2 stars. Next song is called The Wrestling Boot Traveling Band. Here it is, everyone. We're finally going to talk about something other than Hulk Hogan. We're going to talk about the Wrestling Boot Traveling Band as a whole. And this song is also not sung by Hulk Hogan, and this song is sung by Jimmy Hart.
Sincerely, the Wrestling Boot Traveling Band.
Wrestling Boot Traveling Band is about a breakup. Jimmy Hart is experiencing trouble in paradise. So what he does, he goes to the beach, hangs out with the boys, gets a tan, and that's the song. The opening keyboard riff sounds like it's the opening of a shovelware Wii game. It's not that great to hear, it just sounds so generic. This song is competent. This song is generic. But it doesn't mess anything up. It just sounds very uninteresting. So it's got that going for it. I give it 3 stars. Next song is Bad to the Bone. This is absolutely my least favorite song off the album. This song right here is another one that is sung by the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. It is garbage. It's guys' night out. We're gonna ditch our wives and go play with our Harleys. Cool, dude, cool. I don't think there's a single real rhyme in the entire song. Unless you count rip and roll with rock and roll, which I personally don't. That's awful. This song is just so muddied, and it's just so uninteresting, even more so than Wrestling Boot Traveling Band. Like, it's so boring. I give Bad to the Bone 1 star. It was just not good. Next song might be the most infamous of songs from this album. It's I Wanna Be a Hulkamaniac. I Wanna Be a Hulkamaniac is a terrifying song. You will notice the chorus sounds absolutely frightening.
I wanna be a Hulkamaniac, have fun with my family and friends.
I Wanna Be a Hulkamaniac is all about Hulk Hogan trying to give some good advice to all the children listening to his album. Some of those are like, don't do drugs, and other ones are like, always go swimming with a buddy, work real hard, and always study. It is an after-school special on steroids. But my god, this chorus has no right to be this terrifying. It sounds like druids who are trying to indoctrinate people into the church of Hulkamania. Like, Hulk's performance actually is a wonderful amount of cheese. And if it wasn't for this weird-ass chorus, it could have worked. It really could have worked. I'm giving this a 3-star just for the weird novelty of it. Next one is the Beach Patrol. The Beach Patrol is all about Hulk Hogan just chilling on the beach. And if anyone messes with his girlfriend, he's going to beat them up.
Putting on some shades, trying to catch some rays when I caught the lifeguard, messing with my baby.
Now, fun fact about Beach Patrol, it actually uses samples from Sonic CD to make its backing track. Like, I knew Jimmy Hart was a plagiarist, but you had to steal from this boy right here? You had to steal from the Sonic? This song has a terrible case of chorus syndrome. Just way too many times this chorus gets repeated. In this song, it's repeated 14 times. And this song isn't long. It's like only 2 minutes. No reason why this thing should have 14 choruses in a span of 2 minutes. You know what that is? A lack of ideas. If you do not have enough material to make Hulk Hogan chilling at the beach, maybe you shouldn't make this song, and maybe you shouldn't make an album. Next is a song from Linda Hogan. It is called Hulk's the One. You know, in hindsight, this song is pretty rough. Back in 1994, I bet Linda was pretty hopeful that Hulk Hogan wasn't going to cheat on her, so yeah. Imagine just like being a fan of Hulk Hogan, right? And you're a little kid in the 90s. You buy this CD and you're like, yeah, Hulkster's in the house. Oh yeah, Hulkster's back, brother. Oh yeah, the Beach Patrol, Hulk Hogan at the beach. And then you have his wife making this love song directed to him. And it just seems like, why are we hearing this? I wish this song was over. I don't know, I give it 2.5 stars. It's a thing. Next up is Hulkster in Heaven. Now, as much as I have been shitting on this album right here, this was made with nothing but good intentions in mind. This entire album was made entirely so that some parents could pay for their child's funeral. The child in question was a big Hulk Hogan fan, and Hulk Hogan met them through Make-A-Wish. And unfortunately, the child was supposed to go see Hulk Hogan live, but the child died. And it really affected Hulk, and he felt really bad about that. So he made this album to sell, and all the proceeds would go to the funeral. I have to say, it is a very remarkable thing that he did. It was very nice. And so no matter what, this album will always have some good to it just because of that. This song is not sung by Hulk Hogan. It's sung by Terry. Terry, for those who don't know, is Hulk Hogan's real name. His name's not actually Hulk, but it's Terry, and Terry is singing this song, not Hulk Hogan.
I used to tear my shirt, but now you tore my heart. I knew you were a hulkamaniac right from the very start.
If I was the parents of this child, I would be uncomfortable with the Hulk Hogan singing a ballad to my dead child. That's a personal thing. I would not want that, in my opinion. Those parents could love it, because I can't put words in their mouth. Like, hey, thank you so much for making this album, and it's really going to help out during our really trying time. But did you really have to make a song all about his grief and him dying? I don't know. Yeah, this makes you want to keep going. This sad song about a dead cancer kid, thanks, Hulk. But for me personally, I'm giving this song a 2 just because I get just a weird vibe from it. I don't get a good sensation from listening to Hulkster in heaven. And now, here we are at the end. This is the last song off the album. This is Hulk Rules. When you have this many songs about the same exact subject matter, it gets kind of redundant at the end. And that's what I feel. When you're at the last song, you know what? You're like, why do we need another freaking song just talking about how Hulk Hogan rules? Oh no, the song's pretty weird, but it is one of the better ones off the album. I'm going to give it 2.5 stars, and I think that's how it's going to end it for the little thing. So yeah, that was Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band. This whole thing was just so utterly bland and uninspired. Like, if this album was not made for charity, this would be 10 times as worse. It's the only saving grace of the album. Like, there's actually a chance, if I did not have Nostalgia Critics The Wall up there, this absolutely could have been on the board of shame. Anyway, thank you so much for watching to the end, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed this breakdown of Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing or follow me on Patreon, where I post behind-the-scenes clips and other things that doesn't make it into the videos. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to show Hulk Hogan who is boss.